The first topic I'll be discussing are the casualties of the Civil War. The Civil War had around 620,000 casualties caused by war alone, more than any other American conflict. Casualties were most common in the form of disease. The total number of casualties were estimated to be 1.5 million. The Civil War had an impact on America's economy. The North had a commercial and manufacturing economy. They were able to make more weapons and had more resources. To help pay the war's expenses, the Union printed over $400 million in greenback money. All this additional money led to inflation. The South's economy was based on agriculture. It had less manufacturing capability than the North. Southern farmers had trouble selling goods overseas due to the blockades put in by the Union. There were also shortages in goods. This led to inflation that was far worse than the North's. To fund the war, America received its first income tax in August 1861. This action increased federal power. It gave them more control over citizens. The Civil War opened opportunities for women. Many took over farms, businesses, and plantations. Some even disguised themselves as men to join the war. Others became spies for the war. Many became teachers. The biggest opportunity for a woman was to become a nurse. Many women from both sides offered care for the wounded and the sick. Before the Civil War, it was socially unacceptable for a woman to be a nurse, but the rules became less strict once the Civil War came along and the need for nurses was greater. When Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, African Americans got the right to serve for the nation. About 189,000 African Americans joined. Although they earned less pay, they fought with pride and courage. Another effect of the Civil War was that West Virginia was created when Virginia seceded from the U.S. West Virginia opposed secession. It became an official state in June 20th, 1863. In the South, many towns, schools, and plantations were burned down due to the Civil War. Because of the lack of plantations, citizens had a low supply of food and money. After the Civil War came the era of Reconstruction. This era lasted from 1865 to 1877. It was a time where the Union tried to restore its relationship with the Confederate States. In the beginning of Reconstruction, there were 4 million free African Americans who didn't have jobs, home, or an education. African Americans were provided emergency relief and later taught how to read and write. The 13th Amendment was ratified at the end of 1865. The U.S. Constitution now stated, "Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment of crime, whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States." The 13th Amendment abolished slavery completely. Although the Civil War caused many tragedies, in the end, slavery was abolished and the Union was preserved, which was the main goal in the first place.